So we're going to go over both how to get the Hunter Primal and how to get a working save file for the Hunter Primal, because ever since we started our playthrough of the game, a lot of you guys have been asking about both of those, so we're going to just start with how to get the game. And I do want to say, from the very beginning, the Hunter Primal is no longer available on Steam, so what we're going to have to do is get a key through a third-party site. And I want to make this very clear. Anytime you're dealing with a third-party site, there is a risk of being scammed, but we're going to go over these steps to take to basically mitigate that risk. And we're actually going to go through a site called G2A, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Just g2a.com up here. They basically sell game keys, so if we go ahead and search for the Hunter Primal, we're going to get a couple of different results, and I'm just going to choose the one with multiple sellers. So we'll go to that, and you get a selected offer up here. Now this particular seller has 99% positive feedback and almost 1,500 sales feedback in the last 12 months, so it's probably more than reputable. But I've been told specifically that this seller, Outlaw Games, has actually sold like a working game key to one of the community members, so I can recommend this one a little more highly. And you can see 100% positive feedback and like 15,000 sales feedback, so we're looking at a very reputable seller again. But just a couple of things to kind of remember if you're going to do this. Look for the highest possible positive feedback you can get and make sure there's a good number of sales feedback. And this is the price generally you're going to be looking at, around 15 bucks for a working Primal key. So again, I want to make this clear. Anytime you're dealing with a third-party site, there is a risk of being scammed, so look for, the positive feedback, the high number of sales, and around this price, and you should be good. I know a number of members in the community have bought the game this way and it has worked, but just be aware of that risk. Now when it comes to the save file portion of this, it's a little more complicated, but I've done my best to make it as simple as possible. There's just a number of steps to actually follow. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up Notepad, and in the description below this video, I've pasted in the text for a working Primal save file. It's very short as far as having like a level 0 file, so I'll make it quite clear like where to start copying and where to stop copying. But we'll paste this into Notepad, and basically what we get is a short little line of characters for a working Primal save file. And the nice thing is, it's not like encrypted or anything, it's just straight up English text. But then what we're gonna do is go to actually save this, and we'll just find a safe little place, somewhere in our documents. Doesn't have to be anywhere specific just yet. In fact, what we'll do is make a new folder. We're just gonna name it Primal Fix, and this is literally just putting the save file somewhere in your documents so you can get a hold of it. We're gonna go into there, and we're not gonna save it as a TXT file, so we're gonna go to Save As Type, we're gonna click All Files, and we're gonna name it specifically this, so lowercase t, capital HP, the word save all lowercase, and then .sav. That is gonna save it as a basically document that the Hunter Primal can read as your save file. So we'll then click Save, and we can go into there and move it now. So we can close Notepad, and we can go back into our documents. Now, even if your Primal save file isn't working, it's always a good idea when playing around with files to make a backup. So before we do anything with that file we just made, we're gonna go and do that. So we're in this PC, we're gonna go into our C drive, we're gonna go to Program Files x86, down to Steam, then User Data. Now, I believe these are all different profiles that you've signed into on Steam. So I've had obviously a number of users sign into Steam on my PC, but the top number should be the one you want, and it is the one in my case. Then we're going to go to this specific folder right here. It's always going to be these numbers for the Hunter Primal. It's the 3229201. Then into Remote, and you can see this is my current working Primal save file. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm just going to go back out to my documents here, and I'm going to make a second folder called Primal Backup, and I'm just going to paste it in there. So now if anything goes wrong with our other one, we can always come back in here and put that back where it was. So then the last step is to go to our original Primal Fix folder. We're going to now copy this one. This is the new save file that we just made a moment ago. So we can Control-C that, or of course just right-click and hit copy. We're going to go back to this PC, and of course the same file path where we just went. So into our C drive, to Program Files x86. We want Steam, User Data, the top number, and then back into the 322920 folder, into Remote. What we're going to do is now delete this one because we have a copy of it anyway, and we're going to paste this one in here, and that should be a working level 0 Primal save file. And I'll go ahead and launch the game just to see. So the game launched. That is definitely a good sign. I'll start a game to confirm that we are level 0 and everything. I always just put in a little password just basically to avoid players that maybe want to run around and hunt me down, I guess. And I get this message all the time as far as the hosted game server failing to show up. I run the game perfectly fine regardless. I think it might be because of the password. But anyway, you can see, if we go into our inventory, account balance 0, level 1, and no inventory whatsoever. So you're essentially starting out as a new game. The one kind of issue is, well, I guess there's two. I think you're supposed to start here. Just no matter what I did with that save file, I could not get the coordinates to work, but you can certainly start the game here and go along the beach and look for items that way. And you can see some of the map is unlocked. Now, if you want to get rid of that, you can actually just die. So I'm pretty sure if I run down in here to the water, it should be enough to actually kill me. You have to have deep enough water to do it, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. And now we can go ahead and press escape to respawn. Obviously we can't afford anything because we are level 1. And if we hit resume, we can open the map. Actually, interestingly enough, that spawned me where I want to be. But now none of the map is unlocked other than where we died at. And if we close the game and reopened, it should spawn us somewhere around here. So that is essentially the steps to getting a proper working level 1 primal save file. And once you're there, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to mess with the files anymore in the future. You are good to go. You can, play the game, exit normally if you want to, quit the desktop, whatever. All that stuff works. You don't have to worry about any kind of file manipulation in the future. So once you've done it, you're good to go and you can progress through the game as normal. So I hope that helps you guys. And yeah, feel free to comment below if you have any questions regarding anything that I've said here. I'll do my best to clear it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.